Okay. Let me see if we can find some good music to play while we're gonna stream. Let's see, Alexa, music. Let's try to get something nice going on. Let's see what we got on Alexa. I hate Alexa. Hi. Making sure she's good. Let's try this one. I want a playlist. Let's try this one. See how this sounds. Okay, so let's send that to Alexa. Stop. Man cave. Now we'll adjust the volume. Alexa, volume down. Alright. Oh, Alexa, volume down. Alright, don't want to get drowned out. What's up, everybody? So, welcome to first episode of rebooting Coffee Talk. As we will gather our other guests in the future, we're just gonna start off like this, me solo, because I was the original creator and idea, and then I brought in my friend Halvanis, which is Dies to Slime, here on TikTok. Halvanis, I think I forgot what his YouTube is, and his Twitch is Dies to Slimes too. Not also Dies to Slimes also. And he might be joining me again. We're gonna try to get our schedules, but I want to start this reboot up again because I've been feeling like let's get this podcast going again. So this podcast is gonna be primarily anime with gaming, because those are my two passions. There are other passions that I do have, but those are the ones that I want to talk about. So hold on, it's Coffee Talk. Let's enjoy our coffee. Alright, so let's just give you a little recap of what happened on myself. Had a YouTube channel back in like 2005. Grew pretty good. At that time I was considered not one of the top ones, but I was up and coming along with my other friends, and we started making videos, World of Warcraft videos on guides and stuff like that. And then we're still friends. We're all still friends. Halvanis, Danny, I still keep in contact. Doy, I don't know where in the world he is. He fell off the face of the earth, but he's still around somewhere. And Nalagag, which is our Norwegian brother from across the seas. It's hard to schedule with him because he has a different time schedule. So when we normally did our podcast around 7 p.m. Eastern, it was like about 3 in the morning for him. He's out in the Faroe Islands. If you want to Google Faroe Islands, he's out there in the Faroe Islands up in Norway. So we got all together and we did a podcast. And then we were doing on Twitch. Funny how Twitch said, we're going to get rid of all our old VODs. But I have VODs on Twitch. I'm going to show you some of my VODs right now. I was just bringing it up here. I have VODs here. All the way dating back 11 years ago. 11 years ago, I have VODs that I started streaming on Twitch. Probably even longer than that, because I know they got rid of a few VODs. There's a lot that I had some Let's Plays in that they removed. Mostly for copyright strikes. But yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch, and for at least it says 11 years, and then with YouTube I've been streaming close to 20 years. So, and I just decided, let's reboot this. Let's reboot Coffee Talk. I have more free time now. A lot of you viewers know and understand that my mother had passed away. So a lot of my time was dedicated to her in the past 10 years. I dedicated all my time to taking care of my mom. She had cancer. She also had dementia. So it was very hard to do streaming, especially the last 3 or 4 years. It became very hard to do anything. Actually, the last year, it became hard to do anything at all. It affected my rating with World of Warcraft. I couldn't become like the main tank anymore because I had to step away. Anything happened when my mother yelled, something happened. Hey, Danny. And I dedicated all my time to my mom. And do I regret not dedicating all my time to my mom? No. She was my mother, loved her to death. And because I dedicated that 1 year, 10 years in total, taking care of my mom, moved her into my apartment, into my house. And she had her own little apartment in my house. She was there. I always watched her. She had her freedom to go in and out. But cancer's a bitch. It really is. It is one of the most horrible things you have to go through, especially with a parent. So, this last year was really tough. She decided to stop chemo, and because it was affecting her dementia, so it got really bad. I'm sorry, I'm blanking out a little because there's just so many memories coming in at one time. She stopped walking around November and became bedridden, and in 1 month's time, that's all it took. December 3rd, she passed away. And it really, really, really sucks to lose your parent. So that's what I'm saying. This took a long time to start up again because I was so dedicated all my time to her. So we're starting up Coffee Talk again. Coffee Talk is just BSing around. That's it. We're gonna have many different topics. Right now we're just giving everybody a recap of stuff that I've been doing. Let me go to my YouTube channel, and you can see on my YouTube channel. YouTube. See, it's been such a long time. My channel, your channel. I have slightly over 2K subscribers on this, and videos. Oldest video. That's nice that they do that. Oldest video was shot 17 years ago. So that tells you right there. It's just how long I've been doing this, and I finally decided to come back. I've been having fun now. As I explained before, that's why I've actually had more time. So you can see right there, I've been doing this stuff for like 17 years, and I took a long ass break. The last Coffee Talk I filmed was 8 years ago, and now I'm starting it up again. So that's pretty much a recap of what the show's about. And sooner or later, we're going to be having more guests coming in as I bring back the people of Coffee Talk together. Where there's 3 other people. They don't even know that I'm rebooting it, but it was my baby, and I want to bring everyone together. So I definitely want to grab a Halvanis and then put him in here, and it'll be nice to have him on again. Okay, so let's talk some anime. As you see, I have a top 10 list right there. There is no order to the top 10 list, except for the top 3. No, top 4. Top 4. Definitely, those stay where they are. One Piece to me, it's just everyone's like, watch One Piece, watch One Piece. And I'm like, nah, it's really long. It's over 1,000 episodes, and what do I want to do that? And enough people on TikTok kept telling me, just do it, just do it. I never got hooked. Well, no. There's a few other animes that I really got hooked like that. Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen. Those actually just Demon Slayer. They grabbed me right from the very first episode. They grabbed me. Other animes on this list took a little more time for me to get into. Naruto, I got pushed into, and I really enjoyed it. Little past the beginning, I didn't like the whole him young, and of course he's learning and all that. And well, he had her whole backstory, about the whole town. Everyone hated him. So, One Piece is definitely on that list. I binged that. And I won't forget, last year, January. I had COVID in January for like 2 weeks. And those 2 weeks, all I did was watch One Piece. I knocked out maybe 400 episodes? That's all I was doing, was watching One Piece. And I pretty much caught up because thanks to COVID, I caught up to One Piece. And now I'm currently on the new episodes. Every Sunday, wake up first thing in the morning with my dogs while I'm doing Vader's eye drops. I'm watching One Piece, and he's right there next to me, listening to me watch it. Vader can understand Japanese. He's blind, but he can understand Japanese. It's a Coffee Talk for a reason. So we're currently caught up with One Piece. Watched all the movies. I watched all the fillers. Some of the fillers were just dumb, but they're not as bad as the fillers as Naruto. Naruto's fillers were horrible. Some of them were just so bad that I actually skipped a lot of. I looked at the list of what to watch, the watch order for Naruto, and to skip fillers because I just couldn't take Naruto's fillers. So I finished up One Piece. So my Sundays are watching One Piece, and then follow with that, I watch Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is going to be a different story. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But we're going to go down the list. Jujutsu Kaisen. Why Jujutsu Kaisen is second? Oh, you're number 3. It's okay. You're coming up. Jujutsu Kaisen, that was pretty good. I wish I would have timed it better. That it came up exactly when I was going to number 3. Jujutsu Kaisen is just an amazing story. And who doesn't love Gojo? He's right there. Who doesn't love him? He's like the most comical badass that you could ever come across. And Todori and Toma, together. They are. Sorry, I keep saying Toma. It's Toto. They are honestly one of the greatest team ups that you will ever come across in my opinion, because everyone has their own opinion, but I think those two together are one of the greatest team ups ever. When you see those two together fighting, oh, the boogie woogie, come on, tell me that's not one of the best techniques, especially if you coordinate the right way. Wow. Number 3, Demon Slayer. It's just great story. The beauty of it is just amazing. It's just so done well. I just love the whole storyline. He's trying to get a cure for his sister, and everything goes. And his supporting characters are amazing. Come on, who doesn't love Inosuke? Come on. Really good supporting cast. The storyline is really good. I went to the last movie, which introduced like the last 2 or 3 episodes of last season plus 1 new episode. And I don't remember the actual names, but it was the air guy and the snake guy. They went and they were chasing down demons, and they actually saw that realm, like the upside down realm, the labyrinth, for a split second, and I was like, oh my god, they saw it! They actually saw it! But it was only for a split second, and then they got phased out. So it's just it's really good. So let's keep moving on. SAO. That's my heart and soul. That is my heart and soul. That's the anime that got me back into anime for a very long time. I haven't watched I was watching anime since I was a baby. I was watching. That's why you'll have Robotech on the list, because that was my very first anime that I watched that actually understood that there was a storyline to and there was a plot to. But we'll get to that. So SAO, after taking a break, because I think the last anime I was watching before that was Attack on Titan, but then it went from a little break and then it rebooted itself again. But SAO brought the love of playing World of Warcraft, playing other type of RPG, MMO type of games, and I was like, the story was really cool because if you died in the game, you died in real life, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so awesome. And the storyline is there, the love between Kirito and Asuna it's pure. And all the characters that were with them, they just it's another anime that has a good supporting cast to work with. Next in line, of course, Naruto. Naruto was really good. It's lower on the list because it's kind of old and outdated already. It's great. And Naruto really got good towards the end. Really good. I really enjoyed the ending. It was a little far off ending when Squanchy. I don't think you guys ever met Squanchy. Come here, baby girl. Come here, baby. Come here. Let me get you. She doesn't like to be held. This is Squanchy. Hi, Squanchy. I'm looking into the camera, Squanchy. She wants to be petted, but she doesn't want to be petted. So, this is Squanchy. Yes, we named her after Rick and Morty. Alright, Squanchy. She was named after Rick and Morty, and then we found out she was a girl. But we still kept the name. So Naruto was really good. Katsuki's clan was one of the best things that ever happened to Naruto because you can see by the merchandise and everything. It's just really. Even my jacket. I don't even wear anymore because it's like a long trench. It's more to use for cosplay. Naruto had a really good story about how a boy can overcome everything, and even though he's hated by everybody, his passion to become the Hokage was great. It was long, not as long as One Piece, but it was a long series to watch. I wouldn't recommend it if you're first starting to watch anime because it's so lengthy. You want to start off maybe with Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, where the shorter. But really good. Next on the list, Solo Leveling. Wow, what an anime that just grabbed me, like really grabbed me. Like one, I was watching it on Crunchyroll on episode 4, and no anime has done this so far to me. And that on episode 4, I didn't want to wait anymore. So after watching episode 4 of Solo Leveling, it left me off in a cliffhanger. Welcome, Fire. Left me off in a cliffhanger where I was like, I'm not waiting anymore. So I went to Barnes & Noble, ordered all the manga. I am currently on book 6, which is chapter 85 if you're watching it online. Actually, I queued it up over here. Chapter 85. What's going on? I really don't... For people who are not watching it, I don't want to spoil it for them, but it's so damn good. Wow, I couldn't stop. I took a little break right now from reading it because I'm live streaming more now, so I'm actually enjoying this. Doing the live stream. So Solo Leveling is basically a guy who's normal weakest guy ever, and then all of a sudden something happens and he becomes like super powered and above everybody else. But they do it really well, where he's in real life, but he actually has like a UI panel that he could put stats into and level up that way, and he becomes like he's named like the weakest hunter of them all. But he found out it's kind of like in a video game where he can boost his stats up, and he has daily quests to do that increase his stats, and he gets perks and gear just like in a video game. So that caught me instantly. Okay, moving on. Chainsaw Man. Oh my goodness, that's another one that caught me from the very first episode. Do I have the plushie here? No. I have 2 Porsche plushies. The really big one. One I keep in my car. And one I have in the house. Poshita. And I love Poshita. Just that episode where he met Poshita and Poshita gave his life to save him grabbed me. That episode just... Get over here! That was it. And I don't want to spoil it, but the ending of Chainsaw Man left me like, wow. How can you do this on the first season? I can't believe it. It's been out, what, 2 years already? If you haven't watched it, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it. You kill off almost everybody in the last episode of Chainsaw Man. How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you just wipe out everybody in the last episode? Oh my goodness. I hope they bring back some of the people. Something happens that they get to be brought back. Next on the list, Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter, everyone was telling me on TikTok and in the anime community that I'm part of, watch Hunter x Hunter. That's a really good one. It's an old episode. Get past the lesser quality animation, but the storyline is really good. That one took me about 3 to 4 episodes to get into. I don't know what it was. I think I couldn't get past the animation. But once I got past the 4th episode, I really started watching it. I really started enjoying it. Really good. The villain, which I got a statue right here. The glare is a little too much. Sorry. I have a statue there. Got a few statues over here, but I haven't put them up. I'm redoing the man cave a little bit in a few weeks after I'm done renovation here. But Hunter x Hunter was really good. Like I said, after number 4, from 5 down, there is no real order. I was just tossing them out there because I can't really put any of these in an order because they're all great. So let's move on to number 9. My Hero. My Hero Academia, come on! Superheroes. Everyone's born with a power, except Midoriya. And then he gets his power because it's granted to him, but by All Might. All Might says, here, take my hair, eat it, and you'll be infused with powers. People without powers in that world is like 0.00001 out of the whole world not to be born with some type of powers. And Midoriya had no powers. Bakugo was a great supporting cast for him. That's his not nemesis, but his rival. But they're really good friends. Their villain, which is One for All. No, All for One. All for One. Great villain, and some of these villains just Toga. She's amazing. She's psychotic. Everyone wants to cosplay her. When you have a great character that people want to cosplay, you know that you did something right. Last on my list, Robotech. Why Robotech out of all the lists is there? Robotech was the very first anime I watched when I was a little kid. The first anime I watched that I understood. Because there were other animes back when I was a young kid. We had there was Battle of the Planets. And then there was Robotech that I can remember at that time. I mean, there was Starboy. I think it was Starboy, and there was other ones like that. There was also G-Force, and there was Voltron at that time, before anime was really mainstream. Those were the ones that were in America. So I remember Robotech was one of the very first ones because I understood that there was a storyline there. And the first time I actually understood that there was a love storyline in an action. Well, back then it was cartoon. It's like cartoons, action cartoons. I wake up at around 6 o'clock in the morning to watch it on Saturdays because it only aired on Saturday mornings, really early. And I remember when Rick Hunter, he loved Ming Mei, but Ming Mei was really childish and really all over the place. But then he fell in love with Lisa, and that was the first time I was like, wow, he really loves her, and he'd do anything. But he loved her, but he's tired of her because she was an annoying little brat. But Lisa's like the fleet commander, and there's something there. And that was the first time I was like, oh my god, there's a love story in this. And I was just a little kid, and I was like, that really, wow. I didn't know animes, because in American cartoons. You know, there's ha 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 action, and then at the end, ha 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 ha, I'll get you again, gadget. Stuff like that, where these were actually had a storyline, and they continued. Like they didn't end in one episode and they started all fresh again in a whole new episode. This was continuing storylines that you had to follow through, and it was amazing. So we also put some honorable mentions here. I don't want to exceed this really too much, but I just want to toss out those honorable mentions. Clanad. I don't know if I ever pronounced it right. I call it Clanad. It's one of the episodes that had me really in tears, especially that last episode. Oh, where the daughter and he's in the snow, and I think it's one of the most saddest episodes ever, which really never happened. It's just, I think the baby's name was Yuki. I think that was it. When you get to my age, you forget a lot of things. And Angel Beats is up there because another one where it was a great story and the endings will always have you tears. Oh, I forgot to add another one which was on this list. It should be an honorable mention. So what was the name of it? Chobits. Chobits is another great one. Really cutesy anime which will have you in tears at the very end. But alright everyone, thank you for showing up for the very first episode of Coffee Talk Rebooted. I will be uploading this onto YouTube, and I will be uploading this onto TikTok. And I hope more views come in and check it out, and we can start this reboot all together. Alright everyone, take it easy. Have a good one.